Man, look out, man. Shout out to my boy DK Black. You finna pop it off with his shit you did. This is some of his old shit. Shout out to my boy. You know, he just got out. Hopefully, you know, stay on the straight and narrow. You did. I ain't hollering yet, but I'm gonna fuck with him though. But I'm gonna play his shit. Tonight episode is what women feel about 50-50 on the male. What y'all feel about 50-50 you did. But let's get into my partner shit you did. Some of his old shit. He got some new shit out. But let's get into his some of his old shit. That's why I fuck with his old shit. Shout out to my nigga, you dig?
Young glass man, bitch, he got game. I ain't talking about Jesus, I'll shoot it like shuttles. Big dick bitch, body shaped like Miss Buttersworth. Take her clothes off, play my shit, she gon' go to work. Throat game, platinum, give me hair like a porn star. Praying to Allah, trying to feed and get my soul back. Knowing that the devil sent the bitch for the soul snatch. Yeah, you a sneaky motherfucker, but we knew. I ain't talking nice tea, but I'm cold with it. Mouth talk a lot of shit, but I'll go with it. Glizzy on me, Gucci Fendi, but I hold it. If a nigga run up on me, then I'm open it. I know I must be so that I can function and put up with these hoes. When I do it, they gon' copy for show. Act like they got it, but knowing they don't. Smile in my face, but sneak this on the low. Don't know if they hate me or wanna be bros. I don't want drama like Mary J. Blige. These niggas is fake, they ain't real. Mirages, plus with my dogs in garages. Now I fuck bitches in groups. Menage, just throw up the sack, I'll leave you. Deposit, your shit ain't better than mine. So stop it, bitch, I been popping since tatted and blasted. Her, we was beefing, I told him I'm past it. Hop on the track, you know DK gon' crash it. Light on my feet, beat the beat up like ashes. 93 premium flow blast, be gassed. Then count up the sack, run it back, then I stack. I slide on a nigga like flip-flops. Can't fuck with these niggas, they flip-flop. Over pussy money, we dealt crisscross. Turn your idols into rivals like Rick Ross.
Tell these little niggas if they scared, they better go to church. Step up into my sanctuary, you go get this word. Preaching to my niggas about the future like I got the word. Conversation with the blood, bless you know I got the word.
Hey.
Gon' tell a pussy nigga holla. Ice water shit slim 400. Gucci boy bitch, you know how I'm bumming. Used to be broke, but I was never bumming. Hit her with different strokes like Philip Drummond. From the window to the wall, I'll ski. French bitch, fresh kiss on my pee. Slip skirt, nigga pee. Tell him I got the keys to the GP. Got me feeling how I'm feeling when I be feeling how I'm feeling. I'm the coldest in the cup and I'm the illest in the villain. I be the youngest screws with big dog. That was my niggas there heaven for a G. I don't know, but I made shit. Gotta keep it lit, popping my shit. It's a new day, bitch, and a new day fit. Bougie hoe rolling up big chopsticks. Pull me up a drink, but I don't drink that shit. Claim to be a pimp, couldn't break that bitch. When I got a cape and tried to save that bitch. When I tell her bend it over, she gon' take that. When I tell her bend it over, she gon' take that dick. Screaming, damn blast daddy, you gon' break my shit. Young blast man, bitch, he got game. I ain't talking about Jesus, I'll shoot it like shuttles. Work big bitch, body shaped like Miss Buttersworth. Take her clothes off, play my shit, she gon' go to work. Throat game, platinum, give me hair like a porn star. Praying to Allah, tryna feed and get my soul back. Knowing that the devil sent the bitch for the soul snatch. Yeah, you a sneaky motherfucker, but we knew that. I ain't talking nice tea, but I'm cold with it. Mouth talk a lot of shit with all goes in it. Glizzy on me, Gucci Fendi, but I hold it in. If a nigga run up on me, then I'm open it. I know I must be so that I can function and put up with these hoe niggas.
I got one more. Shout out to my nigga DK Bland. Love you, my nigga. Y'all saw your old shit. I thought that old shit, you feel me?
Come get some
Yo,
weed.
my shit right here.
She say she love me, I tell her quit lying. She say she need me, bitch, I need some pounds. I need some Rugers with extended rounds. Got some pitchmen that's gon' go lay him down. Put a pussy nigga in the ground. All my dogs hands from the pound. Bling, blow, bow, what's up now? Pull up on your block with spraying rounds. Me don't do weakness, me only do must. Me don't do broke no more, me gon' go hust. Me want a bitch who look just like Rapunzel. Lure her in and lock her in the dungeon. 50 shades of bless, I'm fucking her. Thin line between them, no cuffing her. Bit flip, I'm on squad and bust to bust. Ashes to ashes and dust to dust. I think that pussy died like once or twice. Choking her out while I give a pipe. She say she bout my life, making her do all the things I like. I feel like little B blood, I got bitches. I feel like young AZ, I'm with my bitches. I feel like Apple when I'm hella business. Paid in full and I ain't never snitching.
Shout out to my nigga DK Blad, my boy. Hey, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. You did. Hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. Hope y'all enjoyed your family and all that good stuff you did. Because I did, you know, got big full. You did, big full. Stomach full right now. I'm sleeping. I got that itis you did. But, you know, had to come on here and do a little stream. Do a little live stream, you know. Like I said, I wanted to do a little live stream, but, you know, how How y'all feel about 50-50, you know? And some more stuff. I know that boy, excuse me, that boy TD Jakes, he got at the hospital the other day. And you know, my boy, hey, I don't know, bro. Like I said, I remember going to his church when I was a young one, bro. But they said that boy got ATMs and shit in his church now. And you gotta pay a little monthly fee to be a part of his congregation. And that's one of the reasons I do not believe in churches, you dig? I just don't. Stuff like that. Like I'm not gonna pay nobody to go to a church, bro. That's weird. Real weird. And I don't like it, you dig, but you know, this for y'all favorite preachers, you dig. I put TJ. Have you ever been swallowed? Have you been through a time of swallowing?
Come out the closet and stop keeping a secret and let the world know if it had not been for the Lord that was on my side.
Hey, what this boy did, this boy, what this man did, this boy, that was on his mother. That was on his ass, bro. I would have been. Hey,
I would have been.
Have you ever been swallowed? Bro, look at this man, bro. And another thing, bro, and in the Bible it says you should not believe in false prophets, you did, because that is a sin also. And you don't know who is a false prophet, the sheep in clothing, you dig. Like we're only human and we're only going off what we're told, but God say put your faith in him, not man. Lean on him to question about that book, you know, the book he made, because nobody knows. Like that, this is the truth. Nobody knows. Like I say, I'm a firm believer of God. I believe in God utmost, have the most utmost faith, you dig, in God. But when it comes to church and these preachers, is all a money grab. Some churches you have to give W-2s to so they can see how much you make, to see how much you can be able to donate to the church, you did. And I will never, that's none of your business how much I make. I come and pay my tithes. I think you give you like, I forget how much, 5%. Like I said, I haven't been to church in a little minute. I just don't believe in church anymore. Like that's just how I feel. Like that don't make me a bad person because I don't believe in church. I can talk to God on a daily basis. You did. I can talk to God anytime. I don't have to necessarily go to church to talk to the man upstairs. You did, because once again, like I said, you don't know who's a false prophet. You did, and I'd rather pray and confide in God, not man, because God's not gonna fail me. Man will. Man and woman will fail me every time. That's why I don't put my faith in man. Nah. But another thing you did, I remember I got baptized. I know I'm ranting, but I like to talk about stuff like this. I got baptized and I was like probably 10. It was me, my little brother, both of my cousins. We got baptized in the same night. I had to be I had to be 10. My brother had to be like 5. Me and my cousins around the same age. Saul and K, shout out to my kin, fuck you, did. But we all got baptized. I think what was it, Bastrop? We went to Bastrop. That's too far. Wisner. I think it was Wisner, Louisiana, North Louisiana, you did. But like I was saying, we got baptized all in the same night. We got baptized as little kids, and I want to get rebaptized because when we got baptized, we were kids. We didn't know nothing about the world, how evil it was, how wicked it was, you did. And we didn't know about sins and the life we live. Now that you're older and we're older, of course, bro, we're born to sin. We're born to sin. Hey, you can try to live your life right the best you can, as long as you trying, fam. That's good enough for me. That's how I feel it is. I think God forgive me all my sins I have done, and I ask for forgiveness all the time. You did for my sins that I have did in my life. You did. He said, repent and ask for forgiveness. You know, have mercy on me, grace. You know, because that's how God was a forgiving God. Like I said, I got baptized when I was a young one. You did. I did not know no better, and I want to get rebaptized, but in order for that to happen, I have to go to church. I go to church again one day, you know, this so I can get rebaptized and wash away my old sins. You did, because I need to really do that. Wash away my old sins. I got babies and stuff, you know. I want them to be. I'm not gonna do them. I want them to be fresh to the world. They're fresh there. They don't know no better. But I'm gonna tell them, you know, this. My mama, my mama kind of, you know, sheltered us from the world a little bit. My daddy was on the other side. He wanted us to get in the streets early so we can see how the world was and is, you know, so people won't get over on us. My mama tried to shelter. She sheltered us for as long as she could. You did, you know, and it came to a point when she just had to, gradually fall back a little bit, because you can't shelter a child so much from this world or they're gonna be lost, you know. So, you know, my dad didn't want us. My dad didn't want us. How about the I remember when we stand in Louisiana, my dad wasn't want to hop out the porch early. He did, because he I understand now that I'm old enough. He wanted us to be streetwise. I'd rather be streetwise than book smart. You did, because none of the stuff we learned in the school we use on a daily basis, but the stuff we learn in the streets we use every day, because you're not gonna let nobody get over on you. You're not gonna let nobody talk you crazy. You're not let nobody be a pushover. You're not gonna be a pushover. You feel me? But anyways, I ain't gonna rant. You know, I ain't gonna rant. But like I said, I'm a deep person. I'm a real deep person. I like to have intellectual conversations. I like to just talk and see who on the right level. You feel? See who's on my level. Because I remember something my daddy said about a while back. He said it's hard to find people that's really on your level. And I don't hang around just anybody. I don't conversate with anybody. If you hurt my spirit and I feel your spirit and I right with mine, I'm not gonna touch you, because I believe in spirits. They do rub off on people. Like, your spirit rubs off your energy. If you have negative energy, carry negative energy, right, that rubs off on other people. And I just don't like it. I don't allow people. I don't fool with everybody, bro. It's got true, but let's get it back to the TDJs. I know he, like I said, buddy, just got out. Have you ever been swallowed?
Have been swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing where everything was overwhelming and you were at your wit's end?
They said that boy was
That
at some kitty parties.
My point of view.
Let's say TDJs was at them Diddy parties. It was a lot of that man kids was speaking out of, his oldest daughter was speaking out of him, talking about she know what he was doing, you know. That's a TDJs was at them Diddy party. That's that boy paddle butt boy, you dead. Hey, that's that man business. But TDJs is out of there, bro. I don't know, bro. I just don't. Oh, bro, TDJs, I don't know, bro.
Because my point of view
Diddy party
in the Easter story is relational. But from God's perspective,
man, why is this house?
It is quite transactional. The word redemption is in its nature transactional.
TDJ, I don't know, my boy. You might be out of that, famo. And say I would have been. Anyway, come on, shit. I had another tab for this thing. She said she bought that life.
Want to pop in and speak on this. I see this a lot, man. I just never really thought to speak on it because I honestly thought that it was, I thought it was kind of common sense as far as this 50-50 thing. But what I have noticed, what I found is that there are a lot of Jezebel
That
spirits
boy said Jezebel.
that are teaching women that a 50-50, meaning financially, marriage is a bad thing.
It's
And
not.
that is the funniest thing to me. Like I'm actually just like I'm floored. I'm blowed. I am blowed. Now, here's the thing. If and when a man is able to take care 100%, even a half decent man will do that.
No, that's fact.
But in the world that we live in, with the inflation that we have, with the system we got set up, to live a quality life, in a lot of cases, it
Both
takes
people has to
two
work.
incomes.
It's
Like,
impossible.
I earn over $1 million a year. I will be transparent. But guess what? Earning over $1 million a year, it still get tight because whatever you earn, you want to live at that. So it's kind of like, and let me help you understand what I mean, because a
Me?
lot of people don't
Yeah,
get
my
that.
boy.
Because I thought when I was at 20,000 a year,
The average.
my wife was working and she was at 20,000, 30,000 a year. She was probably at 40,000 a year, and with like the
it's
money
like
she got from
40,
school, and then
45, I think.
we was working the
For the
same
average
job.
American
I made
family.
$8.50 an hour. She made $13.50 an hour because she's a woman and because she light skinned. And so that's just the truth of the matter. Colorism is a thing,
Nah,
sexism is a
facts.
thing.
That's
And
facts.
so her boss was a white lady that was kind of, I feel like, prejudice. And so my wife came in, and there was a dark skinned black woman who was qualified for the job that the white lady gave my wife. My wife was not qualified for the job. My wife's major was a biomedical science major. And her friend, who was darker than her, and then there was an even darker black lady that was even older than her, both of them was behavioral specialists. They were in school for behavioral science, and we working at a job with mentally disabled adult men. And my wife come in as a biomedical science major, just picked up the job for the heck of it, and she gets the behavior specialist role at $13.50 an hour.
Damn.
I had already been at the job for like a year, and I was at $8.50 an hour.
Damn, but that would have
Working
been
at the
early
thing,
2000s.
and the work that they was doing, anybody could have done it. It wasn't like the other ladies weren't capable. It wasn't like I wasn't capable of it. Anybody could have done it. But when you come in, and so that stuff is real. So my wife was earning more than me. But then our son was born, and when she got pregnant and she started to show, she could no longer work because there was a client in the
To
company
pick him up.
who he fantasized over babies. And
Damn.
so being that she was starting to show, she couldn't work at her
That's
location anymore
crazy work.
because he would fantasize, like fetishize her stomach.
Wow.
So they said. So she was able to work from home for a
That's
little
crazy
while,
work.
and then she had to stop working. Once our son came, he was in the intensive care unit for about 3 months. And so she stopped working, and then I was working. And so her money came from the money from school, which was about $20,000 a year that she would get in like refund checks. And then my money was $20,000 a year. So we was at 40K a year. And
Damn.
then
They had to be like in the 90s or something,
it
bro.
probably was a couple years later, I started making about 40K as a author and speaker and life coach, ghostwriter, author consultant. So by that time though, I don't think she was making any money
Average.
at that point. So I think I got to like 60K. But at that 60K, we was living like in the hood.
Damn.
Like we was living in an apartment complex. It was like all wooden. There was no security gate. It just looked, it ran down. My car got stole in 2007 from the parking lot at the apartment. We had no living room furniture. We had no dining room furniture. We had a $99 bed. We had a small TV that my wife had already had when I met her.
20,
It was old
20.
and raggedy, probably like a $50 TV.
Take
And then we had
home.
a crib for my son in his room. 2-bedroom apartment, 1 bath. We had a bed and we had a crib. That's it. No couch, no coffee
Average
table, no
salary.
nothing. And that was with just me earning. And here I am, grown, 23 to 25 around this time.
Yeah, that had the
My
90s.
wife she 2.5 years younger than me.
Salary.
And so that's the reality of it. But then when I was 28, when I was 27, I got a business deal.
This is the average per year. 49 racks. That's crazy. That's crazy. Ain't no fucking way. Mm.
I went to 450. Then I went back down to 250, 250. Went back up to like 450. When I say these numbers, I'm saying like 450,000 a year. But the whole time, life's still tight
No, my mama.
because you live at the level that you earn. So I talk to people every day who earn 6 figures and ain't got $10
Damn.
because
Hey,
and
Sydney.
a lot of people, when you don't have it, you think that when you get there, oh, you just gonna be balling. No, because
You still got bills on
if
top of that.
you making 30,000,
That ain't
you
shit.
probably living at the max of what your 30K a year can get you as far as an apartment. A lot of people making 30 to 50K is living with their parents or living with a roommate, living with somebody else.
30K is
So
nothing,
it's
bro.
pretty unrealistic
It's people making that
for
now,
women to think
2024.
that you're not gonna have to go 50-50
Yeah.
because of 100% provider man. That's rare. It's
Rare as
already hard
hell.
enough to find a good man for y'all, period.
Nah, facts.
So how you expecting, like, where you think these men coming from? Like, how many men you think out here
Mm.
that's finna you? So you
That's
thinking you finna
making
have a
6
poetic
figures.
thug? He finna be God fearing.
Mm.
He finna be a 100% provider. He finna be romantic, faithful.
Mm-mm.
Like, where's this guy coming from? Like, it's not realistic. It's not realistic.
That's
And
facts.
what inspired this is I seen a dude. I seen a post. This guy was saying that he planning a wedding. One of the sites, somebody posted it. The guy planning a wedding with his wife. I guess soon to be wife, and he
Like
take care of
you,
all the bills. She moved in. He take
ain't
care of
no
all the
way,
bills. He take care
bro.
of everything, and he taking care of all the wedding expenses. And the wedding is like 75,000,
Woo.
and
Ain't no way.
his woman makes 85,000. And
Damn.
he asked her, "Can we go 50-50 on the house bills until the wedding is over?" And he say she flipped out on him. And
She
she
would have
say
been
her
fucking
dad is
single.
telling her that she ought to rethink this marriage because he's not a provider. When honestly, traditionally, the woman's side of the family supposed to
Pays for
take
the
care of the
razor.
wedding.
When I got married, my wife, that paid for our wedding. I wanted to go to the fucking courthouse, and then I don't care about none of that shit, bro. Like this shit is ridiculous. So you making 85K a year? That's good fucking money. And her dad is telling her you may want to rethink that, bro. The economy is horrible. The state of the economy right now is horrible as hell. You need two incomes, bro. Like I just put up the average salary in America is 49K, bro. Not everybody's able to make 49K. I was making that shit 2 or 3 years ago. That shit was still hard. I just started making decent money, bro. And I work in aviation. I work for Lockheed Martin. I just started making decent money, but I work for a pop shop. And I just started making decent money, and it's still hard. So you telling somebody that's making 85K and they don't want to help split the fucking bills until the wedding's over because you upfront all that money for the wedding and bills, and you, man, I come from my household with parent been married 30 plus years, Jack, and my dad taught me sometimes, one person gonna get 50, one person gonna get 70. That's how that shit go. Like, it's not gonna always be 50-50. I'm not finna work myself to death so you can keep all your money in your fucking pockets. And I'm out here struggling. And if you got kids on top of that, nah, most jobs is not paying 30 plus. It's people out here with college degrees making bare fucking minimum, making $20 an hour. Most jobs are not paying 30 plus. You gotta know people. The way the world works, you gotta know somebody to get in somewhere decent. But nah, that's I
It's
like
the
that
woman
shit.
family supposed to be paying for the wedding.
I ready to go to
My
the
wife
courthouse.
just went to a wedding and the woman family paid for it. And her other friend got married. The woman family paid for it. So the woman dad is who pay for it. In a lot of instances, a lot of cultures and cases, it's the woman father who pay for it. Now her raggedy daddy telling her that the man supposed to be paying all of their bills, paying for a
It's 70s, bro.
$75,000 wedding
Ain't
when
no
he
fucking
already paying
way.
all the bills and she make 85,000, and so she just supposed to go shopping off her
And live it.
85,000.
Nah,
That's absolutely insane.
it's fucking
She just supposed to
ridiculous.
shop and just save up and
Why
put
he
money
work
in
his
her
way to live?
IRA, a Roth IRA, and 401k, and this man supposed to be walking around here ain't
Bare
got nothing in
minimum.
his pocket but lint. That's absolutely crazy. I want to comment on the post. I don't comment on post. I slipped up and commented on one the other day and deleted it. I want to comment on leave
That's crazy.
her.
Nah,
Because
facts.
one thing, I'm 100% provider, but my wife always been there for me anytime I needed her. When I couldn't provide, she provided.
It take two,
What
bro.
you got to realize about marriage is it's teamwork. Marriage is
Teamwork.
teamwork. It ain't no just one-sided thing. Like the thing about it is, if a man is providing financially, like paying all the bills, then the woman should be providing the equal amount in what she can do.
Facts.
Because when you think about it, if a man paying X amount of bills, then the woman ain't got to pay nothing, then she should be cooking every day. She should be cleaning every day. Because guess what? A chef and a maid would cost about what that man is making. So it ain't just the man pay all the bills and then the woman just kick her foot
Feast
up
up. Yeah,
and
chilling and
just
shit.
live her life.
I be
No.
damn.
Like a lady, she came to me and my wife, she wanted us to write the book. Not write the book. She wanted us to answer questions. And one of the questions was like, how do y'all split up the housework so that the woman don't feel like you know, basically like a housemaid.
Awesome. Slave.
And we don't split up the housework because that's my wife's portion. Like that's what she does. Like there's a lot of delusion today. Now it's different if I work and she work.
We both do
Then
it.
you split the housework. But if she don't have to give nobody 40 hours a week, then she get to give those 40 hours a week
To
to
the
the house
housework.
and
That
herself.
makes sense.
So if I'm giving 40 hours a week or more to earning 7 figures, so that our kids could be in private school, and so that we could live in a nice gated neighborhood with security guards, and so that we could fly first class and we can have a savings and we can travel and we can see the world, then it only makes sense. And so my wife, she actually does not let me wash the dishes. She don't let me do no laundry because she is not a taker. She feel like if you earn 7 figures, the least I could do is take care of the household because I don't have to go punch nobody clock. Now our son is not premature anymore. He's 16, almost 17 years old. Our youngest son was a full-term baby, 100% healthy. He's almost 10 years old. So my wife could go work any job in the world right now. She could go back to med school. She can go be a doctor, lawyer. She can go do anything she want to do, but she content with her lifestyle. On blocker, on stopper, on she could go do anything she want to do. She getting ready to start a company right now, and she came to me about it. I'm helping her, set it up and sourcing everything because she know that's my space. And so we're gonna launch her company, and I gave her an office space. I had 2 offices next door to each other. I gave her one of them. I earned the money and paid the bill for the offices, and I'm 100% provider. But the reason why I'm comfortable with that though is because I know that if I was unable to provide, like if I fell on hard times, or if I'm having to give money here, or like when my wife business get off the ground, if she making money, I know she don't have a single problem in the world with taking care of a bill. And my wife has been there. Like when we went through hard times, she had good credit. She got her credit, and she used her credit to get the credit cards to float us. And when we couldn't pay them credit cards, she let it hit her credit. Like she went through it and she showed me, I'm in this with you, because we live in life and we're not intentionally failing at life. We're not intentionally struggling in life, but we a team. And I'm gonna tell you, for all of y'all ladies that talking about this 50-50 stuff and you mad about it and all that, and that you got to get real, because how you expect a man to be 100% when you can't even be 100% for yourself? Because I talk to women every day, and never do I talk to a woman who is swimming in cash. Never do I talk to a woman who could take care of herself 100% and have $10,000 in cash sitting in the bank. Never. Out of talking to thousands of women, never do I meet a woman who is single with no kids and could touch 10K. Never. And when I say never, I mean literally it's 1 out of 1,000. Like literally. So how ignorant
expect the men to do all that shit
when you can go as a woman? See, when it was 100% on the man, you lived. Go back to the time where a man was 100% provider.
Shit was cheap.
Do you want that house? Do you want that closet? Do you want no voting rights? Do you want to be treated like property? Do you want to be beat on? Do you want to be cheated on? When it was 100% on the man, every man had a second family. He was so stressed from working, he had a second family, or he was an alcoholic, or he was abusive. Boy. And a lot of men, check your granddaddy. Go look at your granddaddy's story when your grandma ain't have to work. And then as soon as a woman could work, she was excited and she was happy to work. Back in the day, women was housekeepers, they was secretaries, they was whatever, even when women could not vote. So you have to get out of this secular, sadistic, Jezebel mindset that you supposed to come in and just because you have a coochie, you expecting to be 100% catered to and taken care of.
Ain't happening, bro.
If your financial climate and situation don't adhere
allow
to
you
that.
to do that. Yeah, it's not gonna
If
happen.
that's not a thing, like listen, it's time. Listen, as a millionaire, things get tight because guess what? You'll get to a certain point where you're like, okay, all right, got some money. Okay, boom, let's live a little bit. Let's live a little bit. Okay, bomb got a Bentley. Bomb got a G-Wagon. Bomb got a Mercedes Sprinter. Okay, boom, let's get us a sports car. Boom, got the Maserati. Okay, boom, let me get you a little sidecar.
I
You know
won't
what I'm
even get out
saying? You
them
got the
cars.
G-Wagon, but that's like a personal truck. Let me get you an Escalade. That's the family truck. And then let me get you a solo car, baby. Just you by yourself, drop top Benz. You can let the top down, let your hair down. This a real story. And my wife got all them cars. But then guess what? Industry could change. Recession hit. So now you done built up and now the money done went down.
Mm.
As a millionaire, things could get tight overnight. And then y'all people say, oh, that's why you're supposed to live within your means. You're not living within your means. That's why you broke.
Mm.
Because every human you meet is broke. Listen to me, that's why billionaires go bankrupt. Look at Kanye West, how big he was, and he was on the line crying about he $53 million in debt. And now that he done lost Kim Kardashian, guess what he just sold his house for? $53 million over there in Malibu. He got it listed for $53 million. He need that money. He need that money. Because he the one that said they ain't making no more land. So why would he sell his $53 million house unless losing that Adidas deal from running his mouth then hit that pocket? So here you got a man who was claiming to be a billionaire got to sell his real estate. Because if you got it, you're not finna sell no real estate. You finna keep your $53 million because in 10 years, that house might be worth $530 million. Not really. It might be worth $106 million in 10 years because of inflation. So you're not finna sell it unless you need the money. So this what y'all ladies got to understand. You not finna meet no man out here that's finna just be rolling in no dough to where you ain't got to go 50-50 with that man. And if you don't got to go 50-50 with that man, guess what? Do not go preaching that as the norm. That is the exception to the rule. That's the exception to the rule. Like I know people. My wife was at a lady house last night who don't got to work. Her husband pay all the bills. But guess what? That lady got one car. Her husband pay all the bills. She got one car. My wife got 3 cars. My wife got an Escalade, a Range Rover, and a C300 convertible Benz. So guess what? Our life is an exception to the rule. That lady got one car. Guess what? My wife got 20 Chanel bags, Dior bags, Gucci bags. That lady ain't got none of that. She might have one Louis Vuitton because her husband got to pay all the bills. That's not normal. Any woman we see that is staying home, none of them got even 50% of what my wife got in her closet or in her driveway because it's an exception to the rule. So although I am a 100% provider man, I'm not finna go out here and tell women, oh, he supposed to be providing everything. No, if you are able to work and he's not in a position to where he's earning that much money, then you should be working. If you don't want to work or you can't work, you have to be okay being within the means of what he can afford. So if you making 85,000 and you don't want to pay half of the bills while the man is footing the bill for a $75,000 wedding, that means you don't deserve a $75,000 wedding.
Go to the courthouse.
So guess what? Because my wife, 2 best friends is rich Nigerians.
Damn.
So
they stay with that
she
money.
Grew up going to their big houses, even though she lived in an apartment, she got a taste of luxury. So both of her friends got immaculate weddings that she knew was going to happen. So when it was time for us to have a wedding, when it was time for us to get married, all we could afford at that time would be a $2,500 wedding. And that $2,500 wedding was at this little bitty place.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
That looked like it was on top of a cemetery.
Damn.
Looked like a little banquet hall in a little not asphalt, a little chalk pebble parking lot. Old chairs, old furniture, faded colors. And my wife was like, I ain't gonna be able to do it. Because her thing was, if I can't do it the way I want to do it on the level that I want to do it,
she ain't gonna do it at all.
Then I'd rather not do it. Meaning, if I can't have this, I'm okay living within my means. So my wife, we lived in a apartment shared with another lady, with her friend at first. First, we lived in her apartment shared with a friend. Then we lived in another apartment shared with a friend. These both on my wife's name. My cell phone was in my wife's name. My car got stole. My next car was in my wife's name. She got the loan for it. My work boots, when I got a job at the warehouse, was bought by my wife. My nicest outfits was bought by my wife.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
So this is what women missing.
All part of the
come. You not finna get no man that's gonna be faithful to you if he don't feel like you his teammate. If he feel like you don't respect him enough to where you could bring something to the table and you not just coming and trying to freeload like you some princess. No, you have a fupa. You might have a gap. You might have acne. You might have breath on you. You might have a throwed off pH balance. You might have a lace front. You might have a glue end that need to be changed. Your cuticles need clipping. You're not perfect. You're not no princess. You're not all pristine. Do you want to have sex every day? No, you don't. Because you got a stomach ache. You bloated. You got a headache. So if this man can't flip you and toss you every day, if you're not cooking dinner every day, if you're not sweeping and mopping every day, then how you going to expect him to just come and just give you the life and just lay you in the shade and just take care of everything? He's a human too.
Ain't happening.
He a human too. And this what y'all got to realize and understand. A marriage is teamwork.
Teamwork,
a marriage is teamwork.
It's a job.
When we hit hard times and we fell on hard time, my wife was like, hey, any purses in there that you done bought me, we could sell it. We hit hard times. We sold a Birkin bag. We sold a Birkin. We done sold a Chanel. We sold a Chanel.
Get that back.
We sold a Gucci. Yep, this after going up, and then boom, something come up in life. My wife parted ways. We done had cars repossessed.
Never getting emotional attached to it.
Had it not been for God, we would have lost a house or two. Like, that's the kind of woman that a man wants. A woman that's going to be willing to understand that he is human and that he is subject to being laid off. He is subject to his industry changing. He is subject to going up and going down. We don't have control over our income. We don't control. I can't control if you want to buy my course, or if you want to watch my video, or if you want to come to my seminar, or if you want to book a coaching. I can't control that. If you choose not to choose me, my income gonna drop. And my wife understand that. So she understand that anything that is accumulated materialistically could be lost, could have to be sold. She understand that. And yes, it's not fun. Yes, it's not comfortable, but that's what a teammate is. And I'm tired of me having to use my wife as the standard. But see, we got married before all this social media stuff. We got married before Jezebels was on YouTube. We got married before Jezebels was on TikTok and Instagram giving terrible advice. And at the core, at the heart of a woman, a woman wants to help her man. A woman want to be in partnership with her man. A woman want to team up with her man. That is a trick of Satan for a woman to think she's supposed to come in and just freeload off a man just because she's opening her legs. That is a trick of Satan. You have to wake up and smell the coffee. I got My wife, two sister-in-laws. My two sister-in-laws, both of them about to get married. Both of them engaged, about to get married. And one is a doctor and one is a lawyer.
Damn.
And they not expecting no man to just come in and just take completely care of them. Even though they was raised by a mother who never had to work. Because it's a decency. You got to understand that, yes, there may come a time where your man could take care of all the bills. But you also got to understand that, yes, although he could take care of all the bills, don't mean you got an unlimited budget. It don't mean that you just work so you could spend. Because if you working so you could spend and he working to take care of the bills, if you make $85,000 and he made $85,000, but he taking care of y'all bills, a nice place to live finna cost $40,000 a year. So now his $85,000, he coming home with less than that because of taxes and SSI payments, Medicaid and all that payments that's getting put up. So now his 85, he coming home now about 50, 60. Now he taking care of the mortgage $2K. Now his 60K, he's spending 25K on the house. So now he's sitting there looking at now he's sitting there looking at 40K, 35, 40K. But now he paying all the bills, so he paying 2 car notes, 2 insurance.
That's some people intake when they
car finna run you at the least $500 a month. He paying another $12K in cars. Then he paying insurance, $200 per car. He paying another $4,800 in car insurance. What else? Now you got grocery. He paying another $7,200 in grocery a year. You want to do a vacation. What he paying for that? But then you expect to just work at your 85K and just go shopping and have a savings and just put your money up. You done bump your head. You done absolutely bump your head and need to get thumped in the head and then dropped on the head and then have a spiritual angel come kick you in the head. You done lost your mind. No, you got to bring something to the table. And listen, this the thing where people get it confused. They think just because you hear that on the red pill, that everything you hear on the red pill is toxic. Yeah, no. The stuff that you hear over there from them idiots, it might be 70 to 80% true. But see, that 20 to 30% that's toxic will kill you. See, me, I ain't got no toxic in me. What I got in me is honest and fair. Cause listen, how you a Christian? How you a Christian? And Harlem, I'm not doing 50-50. 50-50. But then in the next breath, you talk about you a Proverb 31 woman. Go sit down and read Proverb 31. That woman don't even exist. So if a man act like a woman today, women acting like, oh, I can't be with no man and he want to go 50-50. He got to go 50-50. He broke, busted, and disgusted, and you're not worthy to be my husband. You got to go, if I got to pay half of the bill. Shit. Well, a man could say, listen.
These days,
as I was reading Proverbs 31, I realized that you're not making clothes. And I realized that you're not waking up before everybody else wake up and going into the land, going out there and getting the groceries and coming home and cooking before everybody woke up. And you're not making us jackets. And nor are you buying land. You ain't acquiring no land and flipping money. You're not in the market making sales and taking care of your household. So technically, you don't qualify to be my wife because you're not no Proverb 31 woman. You see what I'm saying? Come on now. The devil is in delusion. And the devil got y'all delusional. And it is not of God. Because there is no such thing today as a Proverb 31 woman. When you read that Proverb 31, when you actually read the Proverb 31, you will be hard pressed to find a Proverb 31 woman who is doing that on her own without a man money. It's women who buy land and making flips, but she like not they married and they using parts of their husband income.
Yeah, both each other.
So come
Say
on now,
teamwork,
you
fam.
got to be fair. You got to be fair. You can't be. You could be hard, but you got to be fair. You got to use common sense. So I know without a shadow of doubt, anytime things get tight, my wife say, "Okay, what we could give up? I give up this. I'm gonna give up this. I give up that." And I remember my wife saying to me, "We was coming up, and things will be hard, right? Things will be tough. You know, finances will be tight. We'll be done overextended ourselves, thinking that hey, this is the new norm, and then something change in the market, and things will be tough." And I remember one time my wife said to me, she said, you know, it's really not fair that your mom and your sister come to you for money and you giving them money, but they keep their hair and their nails done.
Mm.
But because we struggling, I go weeks and months without getting my
Damn.
hair done or my nails done
Mm.
because we don't have the finances. And that thing hit me. That thing hit me. And I said, I got a woman that's willing to sacrifice, and here I am letting two other women mismanage their money and then come to me for money when my own woman is in the
Mm.
trenches with me sacrificing.
Damn.
And that's how a lot of men will do. We
Mm.
will make that stupid mistake of taking care of our mama or taking care of our sister or taking care of other people in our family when and then ask our
We
wife to
I
sacrifice.
take care of home
And
first.
I had to make that shift, and I say never again will my wife go without anything. Will she go with if I could provide it? And I'm gonna provide for home first. And then when we don't have it, we'll go without as a family. Meaning
Mm.
if we got to not pay a car note and if we got to let that car get repossessed, we'll sacrifice that. But a dime ain't going outside of the house unless it's going to somebody who absolutely cannot provide for themselves. We'll sacrifice that.
Can't knock that.
And God know my heart, and God saw the shift in my heart. So God blessed me and put me in a position where, yes, I take care of my mom and my mother-in-law, but God blessed to where we could take care of what we got to take care of,
Mm.
and I could take care of them.
Yeah,
God
hey.
made that move. He shifted that. But guess what? If we need to take care of what we need, if we need to take care of a necessity, then we gonna take care of that necessity. Now, see, I'm not gonna pay a car note before paying for the roof over my mother head because a
Mm.
car is just a car. That's not a
I hear.
necessity for me if it's an extra car. Now, if it's my only means of transportation, but we have a lot of cars, so I'm not gonna pay this extra car note over here
Your
before
mama
putting the roof
struggling.
over my elderly parents'
Mm.
head.
I hear that.
Who in this inflation in this system there's not a job that they could get that could pay them enough to live in a gated
Come
neighborhood.
here.
It ain't a job to pay them enough. And because of what they come from. So that's why you see in this day and age, most people of people of color, most people of color who over the age of 60, unless they had some other type of job or some type of longevity on a job, they live in a non-gated neighborhood. Unsecure neighborhood. They live in a very, very basic apartment or a very, very basic house that they done had for years, but they're not living in nothing that's like posh and nice and clean and secure and all of that as single women over the age of 60. And so that's my mom and my mother-in-law. So me, I don't want them in this regular apartment complex or this regular neighborhood to where them being single women going in and out their house alone could be followed by a man and some could happen because they ain't got no gate to where they live. So I had to upgrade them and put them in something nicer. But at the end of the day, too, is like if things change and I can't afford it, I'd rather them come live with me In my gated neighborhood with 24-hour manned security guard with a security guard driving around through the neighborhood 24 hours a day, I make room and let them live with me before them living by themselves in an unsafe neighborhood as single women over the age of 60 going on 70. And that's what I understand. Now my sister, she under 60, she got a boyfriend, she on her own. I ain't got it for you. You grown, you able to work, you own a business. I put you in that business. I had somebody show you the ropes, mentor you. I bartered so that you could get into that business, provide for yourself. Point blank, pure odd. And then my wife, I told her this. Yeah, what I told her.
That's some real shit right there.
When we got to sacrifice, we got to sacrifice. You know, if she had to go to work, she'll absolutely in a heartbeat, she'll go to work. She just ain't got to work because we got enough room to where it's so much that we could cut out before having to. It's so much that we could cut out that would equal her monthly salary. It's car notes, gym memberships, and superficial cosmetic stuff that could be cut out that would equal a monthly salary if she went and got a job. So, but God is a faithful God, and He'll bless you and He'll put you in that place. But see, God not gonna pour out on a man with a selfish wife. If God know as a woman that you greedy and you selfish, God not gonna bless your husband financially. If God know that you are a freeloader and that you think you are entitled to just being catered to because you got a vagina,
they ain't gonna work.
God not finna bless your man. That's why these Jezebels that's giving y'all this terrible advice, they married to gay men who, and they are a beard, or they married to men who don't take care of themselves, or they married to men who is cheating on them. And a lot of these women who giving y'all this terrible advice ain't even got no man and will not have no man. And a lot of women giving y'all this terrible don't go 50-50 advice is women who they man is cheating on them, beating on them, and they downtrodden, or they don't have no man, or they got a gay man, or they got a out of shape man who is just footing the bill. And these are Jezebel freeloaders, and they telling everyday women, don't go 50-50 with no man. Listen, the world we live in, with the inflation we live in, you gonna have to go 50-50. And if you're not finna go 50-50 financially, you finna have to go 50-50 mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and everything, so you can help your man build a business that could take care 100%. But we not in the days. This is not the days and the time to be hollering about ain't no 50-50. Better wake up and smell the coffee.
My mom.
The Folgers in the morning. Otherwise, you're gonna be broke, busting, disgusted, or you're gonna have a man that resents you because you're a freeloader. And guess what he gonna do? He finna go put some hard wood in every woman he could put it in out of spite for you, because you're a freeloader and you're greedy and you're selfish and you're listening to Jezebels online, and they leading you into damnation and sin. You better wake up and smell the coffee. You got arms, you got legs, you got the ability to work. Go work if you have to work. If the man say, I got it, you don't gotta work, then cool. That's your situation. But if a man humbles himself, because one thing we don't like to do as men is we don't like to admit weakness. We don't like to admit that we need help. So we could be swimming in debt that our woman know nothing about. We could be drowning, about to drown, and we won't even tell a woman. And a lot of women don't even realize that. A lot of women don't even realize that while she ordering on Amazon and she going and shopping and she doing this and that, that man is pulling his hair out trying to make ends meet. A lot of women don't realize that. And it is time for a shift. It is time for Proverbs 31 women to really exist. It is time for Proverbs 31 women to really exist. Meaning your heart's posture should be Proverbs 31 woman, even if that doesn't have to be your reality, because God has blessed your marriage and blessed your man. Be happy for it, be thankful for it, but please know that the tide could change and your man could go through a Job season where you're going to have to get up and go to work with a smile on your face instead of letting these Jezebels telling you that your man is less than a man because he can't take care of every single bill. It's time to get right or get left behind. I'm here to tell you, and I'm telling you from a provider man, a man of God, a man who is 100% faithful to my wife, a man who give my wife everything. I get my wife for nothing gift almost every day. You hear me? My wife don't have a budget. She don't speak budget in English, in French, in Spanish, in nothing.
Already.
And I'm telling you that you need to be okay with 50-50 until your man could be 100-0. And even then, what you got to understand, when your man taking care of 100% of the bills, guess what? You still not going to feel like giving him what he need. Because just because he taking care of 100% of the bills don't mean you not going to have no urinary tract infection and can't have sex with him. Don't mean you not going to have no yeast infection and can't have sex with him. It don't mean you not going to have no migraine or no headache from dealing with your family or hereditary migraines and can't have sex with them. So you're going to have a man that's taking care of 100% of the bills and still can't get 100% of what he needs from you. And then you finna look in the mirror and say, that's fair? Come on now. It's time to wake up and be real. It is time to wake up and be real. Share this with every single woman you know and tell her to watch every single second of the video and get this whole thing in y'all spirit, because y'all need to have a change of heart. And for y'all Jezebels that's in the comments, when I see you, you block. Because the devil is a lie. The Jezebel spirit will not be living over here. When you come, man, blocked. I'm ripping the frame out the button. Blocked. Get off my page and go on over there to them she-witch pages that you watching and stay off my page and shut that mess up. Don't come over here acting like no man is your slave just because you got a vagina and you can't even come off for 31 days of the year because you got a period for 7 of them. Get your life together, Jezebel. Hey, God bless you. We'll be in touch.
Crazy work. Let's see what this one's talking
about. I want to move into the first topic of discussion for tonight, okay? Because this is one of the most polarizing conversations online, one of the biggest talking points that you gotta have, and I've heard you dive into this conversation many times before as well, Anton. Let's talk about it. Should men be expected to cover 100% of the bills? This is a major stressor to a lot of brothers out here. A lot of brothers out here split between this. A lot of brothers say that's absolutely insane to cover 100% of the bills. And a lot of other, and you know, the ladies are saying that this is a must. I must get a brother to cover 100% of the bills. So let's bring some clarity to this. Yada, I'm gonna have you open up the conversation here. Should men be expected to cover 100% of the bills?
First, I want to say all praise is due to the Most High, and I want to pray real quick if you don't mind.
Let's go.
In the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful, strengthen me and guide me, allow God to speak through me. Allow it to electrify the room and remove all dusty demons from the table. All praises due. Amen and amen.
So when you getting up there?
All praises due to God.
When you leave
off the chain.
Now, what's the question, brother?
Right.
What's the question?
So the question is,
when you leave?
What's the question?
Should men be expected to cover 100% of the bills?
I believe if men are claiming to be providers, and we know that means to take care of whoever's under you, that he should provide 100%. While we're doing this, this gives the woman time and space, not just to be great for the man, but also great for the children. And I want to use myself for example. I provide 100% for my woman. My son, he's only 5 years old, and he was tested 2 days ago, if I'm not mistaken. 2 days ago, he's only in kindergarten, but he tested at a 4th grade level. Why is that? because I handle my responsibility providing, and providing isn't just financial. Any man off the street can walk to a woman and give her money. Providing is elevating a woman mentally, elevating a woman spiritually, emotionally. This is what it means to provide for a woman. Not just here's some money, run off with it. No. Bro. Let me elevate you. Let me bring you closer to your God. Let me set standards in your life. If your father gave you to me, you are my responsibility from the bottom of your feet to the top of your head. I'm going to love everything about you 100%. And if I can't do that, I'm not a man. I'm a male. And that's a difference.
That's your one
man,
track.
Talk to me, brother.
No.
Talk to me, brother.
Nope.
Talk to me, brother.
That's not what we're going to do today.
Talk to me, brother.
So this is what we're going to do.
Talk to me, brother.
Because he's like Kamala Harris right now.
Talk to me, brother.
And I've heard all of these talking points.
Talk to me.
And I don't even study him because he says the same thing over and over again.
Talk to me.
You got to control yourself because that's
brother.
not manly.
Talk to me, brother.
You got to control yourself.
Brother, talk to me, brother.
So you see how I was quiet when you were speaking?
No, you cut me off, but go ahead, brother.
I didn't say anything.
You really didn't.
There you go.
I was quiet when you were speaking.
Go ahead, brother.
And so now we're going to add nuance. Now we're going to add context. So first thing we have to do is we have to ask ourselves the question, what does it mean to be a man? Because being manly has nothing to do with a woman. It has nothing to do with pandering. It has nothing to do with just providing. Being a man means being purposeful. That's what being a man is. That means that whatever it is that I seek from God, because my purpose is not a woman is a helpmeet. So when he panders to you guys, and ladies, remember, I don't know what he's selling. I don't know what product that he has, but my goal is to get you married. My goal is to have you married based off of what God says is sanctified, right? I don't want y'all divorced. I don't want you unequally yoked. I don't want you to be a single baby mama. I don't want you shooting your shot in the dark thinking that this guy is giving you insight when he's just giving you talking points with no real substance behind it. And here's the context. At what age do you want to be married? Do you put yourself in a position to find the person that's best for you? Has your father given you away? Does your parents actually see value in the person that is looking to marry you? And when you start to ask yourself these questions, and I don't speak to just rich people because we both have money, we both have resources. So let's remove that from the table. I speak to the majority, not the minority. And when you are 20, 21, 22 years old, especially if you are a person that's looking to become a man, you are supposed to fail in controlled environments, meaning that your father is not even supposed to give you everything. He's supposed to give you what you need in order to be successful. My father was able to buy me a car, but he told me that I had to earn it and work for it because I valued it more, which then extended to every single thing that I touch, including the woman. See, my wife is here. My wife travels with me. She knows me. She understands me, right? And so at 20, 21, 22 years old, you supposed to be broke. Unless you're doing something that you ain't supposed to do in order to get it. You're supposed to be building. You're supposed to be understanding each other. It's a storming, a norming, a forming situation. And in no circumstance do you ever come into it fully understanding who the person is, regardless of whether you're a man or a woman.
That's fact.
And so when we start to look at what God has ordained to be great, the purpose of a man, it's not just to give spirituality and leadership, and it's to understand. The first thing that the word says, in everything that you do, you get understanding. And everything you do, you get understanding. I don't even know her. I don't even know you. Everybody is out here dating, everybody running around, everybody doing everything. They're giving themselves to each other. We think that money or resources or what you can do or what you can offer a person is supposed to make up for all of the insecurities and the problems and the issues that you have in your childhood. What have you solved for? Right? Do you have problems in your childhood? Do you even have a father? Do you know what it means to be a man? It's a lot of women that's raising men to be feminine because they're in single parent households, right? How does that look? What does it look like when you get into a situation with a woman that has a child out of wedlock already, and then she still has to deal with the father? How do you deal with that? See, these are the questions that he can't answer for you because the only thing he talks about is pandering. I'm talking about context. I'm talking about substance. I'm talking about spirituality. I'm talking about praying together. I'm talking about building. You're supposed to get married when you're young because it prevents you from sinning and finding yourself with all of these bodies and these soul ties that ultimately carry with you for the rest of your life.
Boy,
and then you start to see every single man and you can't take it out of your memory with the person that you wind up being with. Most women have skipped over the man that they're supposed to be with because they didn't have the guidance, because they didn't have the spirituality. They don't know the word of God. And so it's easy to just say, oh yeah, just provide 100%. What happens when life happens and you 22, 23, 24 years old and you get married? The economy messed everybody up. Everybody that thought that they had it, guess what? You got a plan and then God has a plan. What happened to the character? Why you don't talk about character?
Hold on, and Anton,
why he don't? No, hold on. Why he don't talk about character? Because what I teach my daughter, I'm a reflection of the man that I would want my daughter to marry. I don't tell my daughter to go and look for a guy to provide for her. I tell my daughter to go and look for a guy that's believing in God, that has good character, that actually worships and looks for and focuses on his purpose, because everything else falls in line. The money is going to come. We so busy chasing money. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and everything else will be added unto you. You don't have to chase money. You don't have to look to women to provide for them, because if you're naturally that, if you're raised up in the admonition of your father, which is what God has ordained for you to do, you don't have to worry about that. That's naturally in you. And so, yes, absolutely, she should be purposeful. And her purpose at that time could be raising the children, depending on if y'all got children. Her purpose at that time could be out there and bringing in resources because she's learning a new skill that can then translate into the company that y'all build together. It's a lot of nuance and a lot of context. But I hate it when people pander to women because they leading y'all astray. And it sounds like I'm a harsh father. It sounds like it's a difficult situation. It sounds like you're just supposed to be giving everything. But if that's the case, then why are we as a society, why are we as a people, as Black people in particular, so far behind, and we further behind than we ever been, even though we the freest and we have the opportunity to choose for ourselves? This isn't God. Ain't none of this what he talking about God right now. And I ain't even studied him. I ain't even getting started. I'm gonna let you cook. Go ahead. Do your thing.
Wait. But I want clarity before we move on.
Go ahead.
Because when we talk about should men pay 100% of the bills, I'm assuming that means based on the context that you just gave.
It's based off of your circumstance and situation. Everyone is different, and nobody is a monolith.
My brother.
Nobody is a monolith.
Okay.
I love how he put so much passion into his words. But when God created man, God gave man a purpose. And what was the purpose? What was the purpose? He placed that man in a garden. What's this? That's a tree. What's this? Those are clouds. What's that? That's a sky. What's that? That's a bear.
That's not what happened.
Listen to me.
You don't even know the word of God.
Listen to me.
You don't even know the word of God.
Listen to me, brother. Listen to me. And when God seen that he was fit to represent himself as a man, he put him to rest. And from that rib, he took Eve. Now, this is a fact. Now we have to understand, what does it mean when you create a woman from the rib? What is a rib? A rib protects the internal organs, the heart and the rib. If the rib is mishandled, it fractures, it breaks. And what does that do to the man? It leaves him vulnerable. It leaves him hurt. But if a man handles this rib, protects this rib, uplifts this rib, guides this rib, loves this rib, this woman is able to become something greater than what she was created, which uplifts the man himself. So God gave a man responsibility before he gave him a woman. He didn't say, here's Adam and here's Eve. He says, here's Adam and here's a responsibility. And then when God was seeing that he was fit to be considered a man and a head, which God is the head of man and man is the head of woman, he then gave God Eve. And then what happened, brother? And then what happened?
You tell me, because I'm gonna add the context. I want